The book is called A Case of Exploding Mangoes. There is a character in it whose name is Ali Shekhi. I'm on my knees, my eyes level with the letterbox slit. I know Ubaid would have lifted the flap of the slit and would have sat there looking at the parade of khaki-clad butts and amused himself by guessing which one belonged to whom. Our video could do a detailed personality analysis just by looking at where and how tightly people roll their belts. I don't want to lift a flap and find someone looking at me, looking at them. The word is probably already out that Butcher Shigli is where he deserves to be. Throw away the key. The flap lifts itself and the first termer shit-face announces my dinner. Buzz off, I say, regretting it immediately. Empty stomach means bad dreams. In my dream, there is a Hercules C-130 covered with bright flowers like you see on those hippie cars. The plane's propellers are pure white and move in slow motion, spouting jets of jasmine flowers. Baby O stands on the tip of the right wing, just behind the propeller, wearing a black silk robe and his ceremonial peaked cap. I stand on the tip of the left wing in full uniform. Baby O is shouting something about the din of the aircraft. I can't really make out any words, but his gestures tell me that he's asking me to come to him. As I take the first step towards Baby O, the C-130 tilts and goes into a 30-degree left turn, and suddenly we're sliding along the wings, heading for oblivion. I wake up with one of those screams that echoes through your body but gets stuck in your throat. In the morning, they throw poetry at me. Rilke for those interested in poetry. The officer in command of our academy, or the commandant as he likes to call himself, is a man of sophisticated tastes. Well-groomed hair, uniform privately tailored, staff and command college medals, polished to perfection, shoulder flaps full. Okay, the crescent and cross swords of two-star generals haven't arrived yet, but this guy is having a good time waiting for all of that. Some crumpled sheets of paper stuffed in the obligatory gash in my mattress are what they find. Clues, they think. I don't read poetry and used to refuse to even pretend to read the strange poetry books that Ubaid kept giving me. I always made the excuse that I can only appreciate poetry in Urdu, so he went ahead and translated this German guy's poems into Urdu. For my birthday, wrote them in rhyming Urdu since I had also taken a stand against poetry that did not rhyme. He translated 5 poems in his beautiful calligrapher's handwriting, all little curves and elegant dashes, and pasted them on the inside of my cupboard. In the cleanup operation that I carried out the morning of his disappearance, I stuffed them into the mattress, hoping that second officer in command would not go that far in his search for the truth. I thought most things and have ready answers, but this one genuinely baffles me. What are you going to charge me with? Rendering foreign poetry into the national language? Abuse of official stationery? I decide to be straight about it. The commandant finds it funny. Nice poem, he says, straightening the crumpled paper. Instead of a morning drill, you should start daily poetry recitals. He turns to second OIC. Where did you find it? In his mattress, sir, second OIC says, feeling pleased with himself, having gone way beyond the call of his bloody duty. Rilke is crumpled again, and the commandant fixes second OIC with a look that only officers with inherited general genes are capable of. I thought we took care of that problem. Serves you right, asshole. Minor cabin spoons. The commandant has his finger on the pulse of the nation, always adjusting his sails to the winds blowing from the army house. Expressions like Almighty Allah and always keep your horses ready because the Russian infidels are coming have been cropping up in the orders of the day lately, but he has not given up on his very secular mission of getting rid of foam mattresses with holes. You know why we were a better breed of officers? Not because of Sanders trained instructors, no. Because we slept on thin cotton mattresses under coarse woolen blankets that felt like a donkey's ass. I look beyond his head and survey the presidential inspection photos on the wall, the big shiny trophies cased in a glass cover, and try to find Daddy. Yes, that 9-inch bronze man with pistol is mine. Best short-range shooting Shigli Memorial Trophy, named after Colonel Ali Shigli, won by Under Officer Ali Shigli. I don't want to think right now about Colonel Shigli or the ceiling fan or the bedsheet that connected them. Thinking about Dad and the ceiling fan and the bedsheet always makes me either very angry or very sad. Not the right place for either of these emotions. And now look at them. The commandant turns towards me. My arms lock themselves to my sides. My neck suddenly shifts itself into a position so that I can keep staring at the bronze man. Spare me, I think. When I started wearing this uniform, I have last looked at the bronze man with the pistol. Colonel Shigri's bulging eyes stare at me. Not the right place, I tell myself. The commandant senses my momentary absent-mindedness and repeats himself. When I started wearing this uniform, you were still in liquid form. About another character, his name is General Zia. Some of you might know. General Zia missed his cue to stop reading from his written speech and be spontaneous. This was the point when he was supposed to push aside the stack of papers in front of him with his left hand, remove his reading glasses with his right hand, look straight into the camera and say, "My dear countrymen, now I want to say something from the heart." But his right and left hands didn't seem to be talking to each other. All morning long, he had either removed his glasses while still reading, or pushed the written speech aside and stared silently into the camera with his glasses still on. Something in the room was different. The air was heavier. The colors were not as he remembered them from yesterday. "It's a very forceful speech, sir," said the information minister, trying to ignore General Zia's hostile stare. "What if that thing doesn't open after you jump?" General Zia asked. "Life is in Allah's hand," TM said, sitting at the edge of the car seat. "But I packed my own parachute." Behind the cordon set up along the road by the police for this VIP procession, people stood and waited and guessed. A teenager, anxious to continue his first ride on a Honda 70. A drunk husband ferociously chewing betel nuts to get rid of the smell before he got home. A horse buckling under the weight of too many passengers on the cart. The passengers cursing the car driver for taking this route. The car driver feeling the pins and needles in his legs, begging for the overdue opium dose. A woman covered in a black burqa, the only body part visible, her breast feeding her infant child. A bus full of trainee lady health visitors headed for their night shift at a government hospital. As the smoke from idling engines mixed with the smog that descends on Islamabad at dusk, as their waiting hearts got to bursting point with their anxiety, they all seemed to have one question on their minds. Which one of our many rulers is this? If his security is so important, why don't they just lock him up in the army house?